John, small town, small time reseller. It's been a while. Been about 8, 9, 10 days, maybe something like that. But in that time, I have managed to sell a few things. And when that happens, glories of glory, I'll come on here. I'll regale you all with tales of the sale. And that's what I do. So I don't do any videos at yard sales. I don't do any GoPros at the Goodwill bins, looking at my hands, reaching out into that mysterious world of the unknown to which I belong. Nope, just me telling you what is sold. Although I do love those kind of videos, watch them all the time, love them to death, just not what I do. But I do sell a few books. So this week, make sure I got my right cheat sheet here, I had 18 sales since the last video, and 17 of those were books. So, be book heavy, and books are heavy, so that makes sense. So this will be a book heavy video. Hope you don't mind, but because there's a lot of sales, I'm going to just get right into it. And I've written down where I'm allowed to stop and tell a little story, and when I'm not allowed to tell a little story, because I don't want this to go too awfully long. Alrighty, you ready? No? Need a minute? Cool. Okay, you good now? Alright. So, first book. Here we go. This was How to Be a Race Engineer, Volume 1, Shock Absorbers. This sold for $25, went to Illinois. All of the books I've got today were either 33 cents at the Goodwill bins or 50 cents at the bin drop in Lake Jackson. I was there today. A lot of good stuff. So I'm not going to bother. There's a couple that weren't, and I'll mention those. But so How to Be a Race Engineer, Volume 1. I was kind of surprised. Volume 1 is Shock Absorbers. When you're going to learn how to be a race engineer, that's where you start. Shock Absorbers. Figured there'd be other things. But anyways, that was $25 to Illinois. All right, next book. How to Swing Trade, baby. $11.18. That one went to Georgia. This person was trying to give me grief. The book didn't show up right away. Well, it said, book held at post office at customer request. And I didn't know if I was a customer since I sent it, or the person who bought the book was a customer, but she wanted me to take care of it. So I spent a good half an hour to 45 minutes looking up phone numbers, trying to call, trying to figure out what this means, book held at customer request. And they delivered it the next day, so everything was fine. But she actually opened up a case on it. It was like they didn't get there that day, so she opened up a case and didn't receive the book. But it's all cool. She removed that and everything, so the book did get delivered. Next one, Construction of Deviance, Social Power, Context, and Interaction. $40 went to Georgia. This has been sitting on myself, sitting on myself, and I had to get it off. It was sitting on my shelf, this one right here, for quite a while. Anytime I sell something from like this first shelf, I'm happy because that's the older stuff and the newer stuff down yonder ways. So that was, $40. This next one is A Court of Mist and Fury. $10 went to Puerto Rico. So that was a fairly new pickup. All right, so this next one was Starting a Business, Quick Start Guide, $12.50. Guy bought this one, and then like 3 hours later, he bought another one. Same book, same guy, same address. And I thought maybe that was a mistake. So I messaged the guy. I was like, yo, dude, saw you bought 2 of these. Did you mean to do that? Or did you, is that a mistake? Didn't hear back from him. I didn't want to wait to ship it, so I waited like 1 day, and then I went ahead and shipped both books to the same address. And hopefully, when it gets there, he's happy and actually meant to buy 2. I really hope he did. All right. Religion sells. Books of the Ethiopian Bible, missing from the Protestant canon. $15. Did not go to Ethiopia. Went to New Jersey, of all places. All right, and then this was a little bitty book on the Neanderthals and Cro-Magnon, History and Legacy of the First People to Migrate to Europe. $12, not to Europe, but to New York. All right, here's my big sale of the week. This was my best sale. I picked this book up for 50 cents at the bin drop about 3 weeks ago. And had a lot of interest in it. One guy in Australia wanted to buy it, but the shipping was too much, so he backed out on it. But this time it did sell for $100. Black's Law Dictionary, 11th edition, $100 for this thing. I think I'm going to start like a wall of shame. So well, not shame, but wall of fame, like a celebration. Every time I get like $100 book sale for a single book, maybe like in the cabinet or on the door or something, I'll put like a, colorful starfish or something, and kind of name out all my big sales. But that was $100 for that. Yay! That was a great sale. I was really happy about that. This was also a far left bookshelf sale. I had this one for a long time. This was the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, a guide, a game guide. And when I first started buying stuff, I was watching some videos, and it seemed like these video game guidebooks were selling like crazy. So I saw one, and I bought it. This was actually at a regular Goodwill, $2, maybe $3. And it just sat on the shelf forever because I just was like, hey, I've heard these sell. So I sold it for $10 to California. So not a great pickup there, but glad it's off the shelf, and somebody eventually did want it. All right, next one. Study Guide for Fundamentals of Engineering. This is a good sale. This one went to Arkansas for $50. So that was a nice pickup there. $50 for this book. After the guy paid, he sent me a message saying, please send it faster since I'm paying for shipping. And I was like, ooh, well, you are paying for shipping, but it's media mail. That's what I said. So I messaged back and said, would you like to purchase a different shipping method? And never heard back. So I just shipped it off. Media mail. It's only going to Arkansas. I'm in Texas, so that shouldn't take too long. All right. Ooh, this is a good pickup. This is fun. I was at a different Goodwill bins. There's 3 in Houston area that I kind of, that I'll go to. This is a newer one that I hadn't been to just a few times. It's a lot calmer, a lot more relaxed. I kind of like it there. But I picked up this. It's a magazine from 1969 called Black Dialogue, Volume 4 from spring of 1969. That sold for $65. Little magazine, 30, 40 pages. Personal connection to it, which is kind of cool. There's a story in there by Nikki Giovanni. And I don't know if Nikki Giovanni was just a contributing editor for this issue or if she was always one of the editors. But when I was in college, in Colorado State University, as a creative writing major, my creative writing instructor was Leslie Becker, I think her name was. And she was friends with Nikki Giovanni, and Nikki Giovanni came to my class a couple different times. And when she was on the university doing a reading, like a poetry reading or a reading from a book or something, but she came in and actually we got to talk writing with her on a couple different times. So that's what's kind of fun. Every time I see the name Nikki Giovanni, I'm like, I met her twice. And I'm sure she remembers me. But yeah, $65 for that little magazine. That was a great sale as well. So I had a lot of I had some good sales this last week, but I've had a lot of also just, smaller sales as well. This is the middle level ISEE, 1,000 practice questions. That's too many practice questions, don't you think? 1,000? I mean, if you don't get it after a couple hundred, kind of overkill. I don't know why you need 1,000 practice questions. Anyhow. Someone in Maryland thought that they did, so they paid $11.50 for this. Now they're getting their 1,000 questions, and I hope they get them all right. $11.50 to Maryland for that. Okay, here's this is a paperback, older paperback of Tropic of Capricorn by Henry Miller. Heard of Tropic of Cancer, heard of Tropic of Capricorn, I know it, and so Henry Miller, obviously a good name, so I picked that one up. And I had it up for $10, and somebody offered me $6, and I was just like, meh, Sure, why not? Let's get off the shelf and send it along. And then went out to Georgia. So it was just a $6 sale, but I'll still, plus shipping. So, you know, I'll make a couple bucks on that. The next one, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo 50th Anniversary Cookbook. 50th anniversary must have been 1982. That's when this book is from. And that went for $12 to someone here in Texas. So again, not a real big sale. Oh, the next one. What I've done the last few weeks is at the bin drop, when I'm getting my books, then I'll kind of look around. I'll find like one item that I think I can put up for auction. So the previous time was that spice grinder that I bought for I can't remember if it was either $8 on Saturday or $7 on Sunday, one of the two. And I put that one up for auction at $30, had one bid, and it sold for $30. This time I put up this. It's a DVD called Grand Illusion. And this particular version, this Criterion version, seemed to sell pretty well. And so when I listed it, the eBay app suggested $22.10 as a starting bid. So that's, no, $25.10. So that's why I put it in. Had 5 watchers on it. Eventually got one bid for $25.10. And right before the auction ended, I had another bid, bumped it up to $27. So I sold it for $27. So that's kind of fun. So I think tomorrow, Sunday, I'm going to go back to the bin drop and look around for something that I can auction, put it in for a 1-week auction. This is kind of fun to do that. So that was $27 to North Carolina. All right. And the last sale, this is my last book. Cool little book, Made in Japan, Transistor Radios of the 50s and 60s. I mean, why wouldn't you pick that one up, right? That just looks like a cool book that somebody's going to want. Thought it'd actually be worth more. I had it listed for $15. Somebody offered me $10. I've been in a very, accepting mood lately. I have not been, if I have been countering, I haven't been countering high. Like, I'll counter with $5 more, like that Black Dialogue magazine. I think they offered me $60. I had it up for $85 or something, over $60, so I came to $65. You know, just a little bit more. Figure if I do that each time, that's good. But what I had been doing was coming down just a little and hoping to go back and forth, and I was losing a lot of sales. So I'm just saying, for the most part, I'm taking offers. But this is Made in Japan. Transistor Radio book was $10, and that went out to California. And they sent a little message saying, thanks for accepting my offer. You're welcome, California. So, 18 sales. Grand total for the 18 sales is $429.68 for an average sale price of $23.87. There you go. Did it. Got through it all. This is actually the first take. I haven't even had to redo this one. I better not screw it up now. And so, before I do, which could happen at any minute, you never knew, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. So, hope you had a great week. Hope you can have a great rest of the weekend. I'm going to go watch the rest of the Hawaii-San Diego State game because I love a late night college football game on a Saturday. And y'all had to do whatever. Go about your business. Yeah, you have my permission. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. Adios.